Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to a special edition stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. As you guys see in the background, the infamous Europa League is upon us. Big Liverpool Football Club, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, everyone watching us right now or on the replay, you guys already know the drill. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like the video. Please subscribe to This is Football if you're yet to do so. And keep letting me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sorry for being late. It's 100% Tom Little's fault. I was here on time. He was the guy that's late, not me. And somehow it's his fault. I don't know how, but it's his fault. So, ladies and gentlemen, slap the like button, subscribe to the channel. Big up everyone in the comments. I see you guys, all the people who've been waiting, all the people, who waiting on us to have this video. I appreciate you guys once again. Sorry for being a little bit late, but big up to you guys, man. Slap the like, subscribe. I don't want to keep saying it. And as per usual, I'm gonna just say this. All the unbelievably positive people, this channel and this stream ain't for you. We ain't about all this false positivity crap. We're here to speak real conversations only, nothing but real conversations. We're here to say the truth, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what I have made you guys used to. We don't lie, and we don't do nothing but the truth on this channel. We don't do no false positivity. We don't do no get behind the lads, all of this crap that people do. We don't do any of that. We keep it real as per usual. So slap the like, subscribe, and let's just get into it. I feel disgusting. I'm gonna just start up and just say this. I feel disgusting. Over the last 48 hours, I've had to do a Brighton versus Newcastle watch along. So I can sit up here and I can, qualify for the Champions League. I just feel absolutely disgusting. I actually went and took a shower after the game. That's how disgusting I felt. It's just not good. It's just not good. We're sat here. We're sat here as big Liverpool Football Club. Big Liverpool Football Club. 6-time Champions League winners. 19-time league champions. Sat here relying on Brighton Football Club to beat Newcastle Football Club so we can make it to the top 4. We are relying on Brighton to beat Newcastle, Bournemouth to beat Manchester United to qualify for a competition that we won 6 times and we were in the final of last year. You know where I'm going to start? Before I even get to the root cause, which is FSG, and I get to Klopp and all this, I'm going to get to the fan base first. I'm going to speak about the fan base. This is the uncomfortable conversations. All summer long, the likes of myself, the likes of Kurdish, the likes of all the FSG outers got told, get behind the lads. You're not a real Liverpool fan. Do you know more than Klopp? Do you know more than FSG? We're the most well-run club in the world. Big up Kurdish, by the way. We're the most well-run club in the world. We're the best club. Why are you... Oh, Kurdish is actually watching. Big up. We're the most run club in the world. Most well-run club. We have a plan. We're going to wait for Jude. Jude Bellingham is coming this summer. Don't worry, Hussam. Jude Bellingham is going to be the solution. And then what? 2 months before the transfer window even opens, hey guys, we don't even have enough money for Jude Bellingham. Really? Breaking news. Just in. Jude Bellingham is going to cost a lot of money. Oh. Wait. What? Jude Bellingham is going to cost money? Oh my God. Who would have known? I thought Jude Bellingham was going to cost 30 million. Oh my God, he actually is going to cost a lot of money? Oh, wow. I didn't know Jude Bellingham was going to cost a lot of money. Shock horror. Jude Bellingham is going to cost money. Wow. Really? So now the question is, and I've always said this, I couldn't care less if you like Jude or not. I couldn't care less if you think Jude is worth it or not. Honestly, I couldn't care less because that's not the point. The point is, why did you make me waste a whole season of my life for absolutely no reason whatsoever? Why? That's what bothers me. Jude doesn't bother me. Couldn't care less about Jude Bellingham at this moment in time. The question I ask at this moment in time is, why did we waste a whole year of our life for no reason whatsoever? Why did we just waste a season of this entire fan base's life for no reason whatsoever? Who are you going to bring to the table now? Tell me who. Name your best midfield option this summer. Who? Macallister, Caicedo. Let's just name the best of the best. Kefren Turam. Who do you want to name? Best available option right now. We could have got them last summer anyway. Name your top 3 best options this summer. Who? Macallister, Caicedo, Kefren Turam, Quadio Kone. Who do you want to bring to the table? Every single one of them we could have had last summer anyway. So we just wasted a whole year for absolutely zero reason. We literally could have got every single one of these targets in the summer, last summer. Every single one of them. No matter which player you want to mention right now, we could have got last summer. So we just wasted the whole season of our life for no reason whatsoever. And actually, I'm not worried about wasting a season of my life or a season of you guys' life. We just wasted a season of Alisson's life, of Trent's life, of Van Dijk's life, of Thiago's life, of Fabinho's life, of Salah's life, and that's a lot more scary. World-class players at Liverpool Football Club who are in their prime years, we just threw a year of their life in the dustbin. We just threw it. You know what? People might say, Hussam, why do you matter? Okay, no problem. I agree with you. I don't matter. I'm just a guy. Everyone in this comment section, we're just other guys. Does Salah matter? Does Van Dijk matter? Does Alisson matter? Trent matters? Fabinho matters? Thiago matters? The world-class players heading into the season. We just wasted a season of their life. But no worries. In to save us is the Anfield Road End expansion. In to save us is we did it the right way. In to save us is the morality trophy that we won this season. In to save us is we did it the right way. That's what matters. In to save us is Pep Lijnders' quotes from earlier on the season that 1 trophy with Liverpool means a lot more than 5 or 6 trophies with other clubs. That's what saves us. So big up for doing it the right way. Big up for being the moral kings. Big up for having the least yellow cards. Big up for doing it the right way. Big up for being waiting for the right player football club. Big up for being next summer we're going to spend big football club. And you know why I mentioned the fan base? You know what's going to happen this summer? Inshallah, if I'm alive and healthy, Don Hussam 6 is going to come live on YouTube and he's going to rant if he feels like Liverpool do the wrong thing. And then what's going to happen? Other people are going to start subtweeting. Other people are going to start indirecting me on YouTube, talking about people are negative for views. I actually go back to last summer. I should have been even more negative. I was actually positive. I said we're going to finish second. Damn, I was dumb. Second? I was so positive. I should have been more negative. I should have said we're going to finish 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Maybe that's when I was negative. I actually said we're going to finish second. Damn, I was so positive. It's crazy. But guys, summer 2024 is going to be the big summer. Don't worry. Next summer, we're going to spend big, guys. Next summer will be the summer. I promise you. I promise you. Next summer is going to be the big summer, guys. Don't worry. Next summer will be our summer. Next summer is it. And because we wait for the right guy always. Because we wait for the right guy, we shouldn't have signed Caicedo as a plan B. We shouldn't have signed anyone as a plan B. Only plan A's matter. Bring me Chouamani. Bring me all the plan A's. Don't bring me any of the plan B's. Plan B's. Why do plan B's matter? Oh shit. Mo Salah was a plan B. Sadio Mane was a plan B. So many players were a plan B. Now some idiot will come tell me, Hussam, we waited 6 months for Virgil van Dijk. What's the difference? The difference is when we waited 6 months for Van Dijk, we were a top 4 team. We were not a just off a quadruple team. That's the difference. And you know the one thing that gets on my nerve above all else? Let me tell you the one thing that gets on my last nerve. This is the one thing that gets on my last nerve. There is no scenario, ladies and gentlemen, according to the media, in which Liverpool have money. There is just 0 scenarios where we have money. Qualify for the Champions League, we ain't got no money. Don't qualify for the Champions League, we ain't got no money. Win the Premier League, we ain't got no money. Win the Champions League, we ain't got no money. So there is just no possible scenario in which we have money. What is the scenario where we have money? You know, on Battle of the North, we were talking about statues outside stadiums. You know who deserves the biggest statue outside Anfield? Felipe Coutinho. I would like to publicly thank Felipe Coutinho for costing 140 million. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have seen any other success. Thank you to Felipe Coutinho for being so expensive. Thank you. Every year, sit up here. Liverpool Football Club are second in the world when it comes to revenue. Liverpool Football Club are first in the world when it comes to revenue. Liverpool have made record revenues this year. Do you realize, Hussam, that profits and revenues are not the same? I do realize. Because I'm a chemical engineer. Yes, I'm doing YouTube, but I have an education. I'm very well aware of the difference between revenues and profits. You know what I'm also aware of? I'm also aware of football isn't actually that profitable. Many clubs make revenues, but they don't make profits. Go and check. It's actually rare for a football club to make profits. You know that, right? You know how many clubs are in losses? Football is a competitive sport. Football is a sport about winning. Football is a sport about sustainability at the top level. Football is a sport where you have to spend, unlike the American sports. In the NBA, the Golden State Warriors cannot go to the Phoenix Suns and buy Devin Booker. They can't. They have to trade for him. So they don't have to spend money. In the NBA and the NFL, there are salary caps, which means after a certain salary, you can't go higher than that. In the NBA and the NFL, there are drafts. There is no drafts now. Southampton aren't about to get the #1 draft because they finished 20th. American sports and English sports are so much different. American sports, they make a whole lot of money because there are caps, there are trades, they don't have to spend money. In football, it's a totally different world. And there's a guy I want to shout out who's actually a Crystal Palace fan. And that Crystal Palace fan spoke more sense than all the top Reds have ever done a day in their life. I'm telling you what the Crystal Palace fan said. We were on a space discussing FSG out, FSG in, just talking about our ownership group, blah, blah, blah. Crystal Palace fan came in, made one statement. He said, why are you guys discussing this so heavily? The fact that the FSG CEO came out and said that we must look at business first is enough for you to be FSG out. I don't want my football club to be treated like a business. I don't want that. Because football is much bigger than it being treated like a business. And you know, I got called every name under the sun. Oh, you only started supporting us when Salah was there. And blah. I'm literally wearing a shirt from 12-13. I'm literally wearing a shirt from... I'm literally wearing the Liverpool shirt from 12-13 right now. I've worn shirts from 2010, from 2009, from 2012 on this channel. I've been here. I've been through the Roy Hodgson era. What do you know about Paul Konchesky? What do you know about Milan Jovanovic? What do you know about Damian Plessis? What do you know about Nathan Eccleston, number 39? Napoli at home in the Europa League, the worst 45 minutes of football I've ever watched my whole life. Until Stevie came on and saved us. I still remember all these things. I was a Liverpool fan my whole life. Since I realized what, since I grew up, I've been a Liverpool fan my entire life, bro. I'm not one of them new fans who have only seen success. No, I've seen misery. I've seen misery much worse than this. But when you've tasted success, the misery tastes 100 times worse. It's like someone who's on a ketogenic diet. He can't eat any sugar. And then you give him a big ass slice of cake. And then after you give him that big ass slice of cake, you tell him, no, you're no longer allowed to eat cake. That's us right now. Albert has been supporting Liverpool Football Club for 50 years, almost 40 years. We've got people in this comment section supporting from the 90s, from the 2000s, from the 80s. Please don't think just because I'm a young guy, only young people watch me. There are so many people in this, old heads in this comment section right here, right now. I saw Zlatan's name earlier on. I know Zlatan has told me before he's been supporting from the 90s. So many people in this comment section been supporting for a long ass time. And now what? We get told we're fake fans. We get told we're people who don't understand the club and blah, blah, blah. And, they bring up the spreadsheets and they start telling you about, all the money spent and money spent this and money spent that. I really want us to qualify for the Champions League because I want to see us in the Champions League. But there's another reason. I'll tell you why. I want to see what are the journalists' excuse going to be now. If we finish fourth, it's not just a stretch. It is extremely unlikely that we finish fourth. But in the case that we finish fourth, I just want to see what the journalists come out and say now. You told me that the reason I don't have money is Champions League. Now I qualified for it. Where is the money? And this goes back to what I said earlier. My issue is there no scenario whatsoever in which we have money? Champions League, no money. Don't qualify, no money. Win the Champions League, no money. Win the Premier League, no money. When are we gonna when are we gonna have money? Are we never gonna have money? Is there no scenario on earth in which we have money? These are the things that I don't understand. They're already making the excuses. Guys, Liverpool won't spend the summer because they're expanding the stadium and the way they made it. You know what the way is? FSG gave the club money. The club took out money as a loan to build these stands. Is that sustainable? Do they even care? Do Fenway Sports Group know that we're fifth right now? Can John Henry name 10 players? I doubt he could. Do you think John Henry knows who Bajcetic is, for example? I'm just waiting for the James Pearce Athletic article. The key this summer is going to be the development of Tyler Morton and Stefan Bajcetic. I'm going to go into next season trying to rely on a 19-year-old. And let me make one thing clear before I address the super chats and just, we just carry on the conversation and speak a little bit about the future. Let me make two things clear. Number one, when it comes to this entire conversation regarding transfers and money, you and I and everyone needs to get the idea out of their head that Liverpool are a broke football club. Liverpool have money. Liverpool can spend as much money as they want. The 300 million pound January window Chelsea just had, we can have that if we want. Do not make anyone convince you Liverpool Football Club, big Liverpool, don't have money. We have money. Second thing I want to mention is, I am Klopp in. I'm not just Klopp in, I am Klopp Defense League. I will defend Klopp always. But at the same time, I recognize his faults. And at the same time, I recognize next season, bro, we need that league title. We already took this year off. The year we had the centre back crisis off. Last year, we almost achieved football eternity, but we didn't win the two big ones. Next year, it's about lifting the Premier League. I'll be damned if I sit up here and start talking about processes and rebuilds and builds and all these buzzwords. All I know is we have a spine of world-class players. It's time to surround them by other top quality players, and let's go out there and let's go win that bastard. Full stop. All these sitting up here and doing all these processes, with all due respect, I don't have Mo Salah and Alisson and Van Dijk and Trent and Fabinho and Thiago for processes. What process? All this process crap doesn't run. Surround the world-class players with top quality players and we'll win these things. Full stop. Right now, we're literally on a 9-game winning streak as we speak. I'm supposed to think we can't win the league? Of course we can. Of course we can. But we must have an unbelievable summer this summer. And we're going to address the summer in a bit. Because the future, I hope, is looking a lot better than what the present is looking like. And last season, we did watch the likes of Newcastle. We did watch the likes of Brighton. But we needed Brighton and Newcastle to beat Manchester City so we could win the league. Now we're watching Brighton and Newcastle fight for a European position whilst needing Brighton to beat Newcastle on a Thursday night. The fall from grace has been absolutely pathetic. And there's no one that could say otherwise. Usually teams fall from first to second. We were second, maybe you fall to fourth, all of that stuff. The way we fell from grace is not normal. The way we fell from grace is not normal. We went from almost completing football eternity to now fighting to qualify for the Champions League that we were in the final of last year. Like what? Am I actually depending on Bournemouth to get a result against Manchester United? And as I always say, ask yourself, why are we always always a step away? Besides 18, 19, 19, 20, let's cut the crap here. Let's all cut the bullshit. We could have beaten Flamengo anyway. We could have beaten, the Carabao Cup, FA Cup. We beat Chelsea on penalties. It's not like we done some unbelievable comeback feat or done all this wild crap. Ask yourself, honestly, why are we always a step behind? I always use Real Madrid as an example because even if you don't have that much money, you can still use them as the positive prototype. They got Chouameni, Valverde, Bellingham, Camavinga, whilst Casemiro, Modric, and Kroos are there. Why do I have to wait until Van Dijk and Salah and Fabinho and Thiago and Alisson are unplayable until I go find the replacement? Why don't I bring in a young replacement who's going to develop and let him learn under these unbelievable players? Honestly, why? Why do we wait for it to get so deep in the mud for us to actually change something? Why can't we change it from the start? Look at our right wing position right now. Who's our right winger? No one. Who? No one. Besides Mo Salah, of course, I mean. If I go get a young right winger right now that needs time to develop, I'd play him in the Carabao and the FA. I'd bring him on in games. I'd develop him to become that guy. Why do I have to wait for Mo Salah to basically become unplayable or drop off a cliff for me to go sign a right winger? Why? That's the part that I don't get. Why not just get a right winger in right now, teach him, let him learn under Mo Salah, give him the Carabao Cups, give him the FA Cups, and see how he comes on? It's as simple as that. Anyway, let me address the super chats. Before I do that, guys, there's 275 people watching us. We ain't even on 100 likes yet. Guys, what are you doing? Big up to Javed. Big up to Zlatan. Javid, sorry. Big up to Zlatan. Big up to Ice, Felipe, Terry Tibbs, and Omar for the super chats. Big up to every single person who sends in a super chat. I'm about to read the super chats now and address them. But before I do that, make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Everyone, right now, the like button is free, guys. The subscribe button is free. Slap that like button. Subscribe. Thank you for getting us to 13K. It's still wild how I'm on 13,000 subscribers, man. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for your support. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, my lovely people. And I want to address the super chats now. Big up to Omar Rusdi. He says, Europa will be a blessing in disguise. Trust me, inshallah. I don't think Europa is going to be a blessing in disguise anyway. There is no way in which Europa is a blessing in disguise. It is just not a blessing in disguise at all. Do not turn our failure into some sort of blessing in disguise. There is no blessing in failure. All this blessing in disguise talk is just nonsense. How is it a blessing in disguise that we got Europa League and we're out here relying on Bournemouth and Brighton to beat Newcastle and Man United? That ain't no blessing in disguise. Why should I send Salah to go play in Moldova and come tell me blessing in disguise? There's no blessing in disguise whatsoever. Big up to Terry Tibbs. I'm happy you're safe and back as well. Big up, Don. Don't worry, we will be back better. I'm going to speak on the future as well because, I hope we have learned from previous mistakes, and this is the thing that I'm going to address now in a second. But I appreciate you so much, Terry Tibbs. Thank you for the super chat. Felipe, the Newcastle bastard, says, enjoy Thursday nights. Enjoy being moral kings. I'll enjoy winning trophies. Your club is elite. Your fans' mentality is soy boy. Poor Trent and Salah. Felipe, thank you so much for the super chat, number one. Number two, my guy, Newcastle deserve top four. I can't lie. Back the manager well, built, all that stuff. We'll see this Saturday what Bournemouth do. And when it comes to my club being elite and the fans' mentality is horrible, I agree. I've already called out the fans. And this summer, if any of them opens their mouth, I'm dunking on his head. If I feel like I'm going to criticize something, I will criticize something. All this get behind the lads and do you know more than Klopp, all these things are expired now. Do you know more than Klopp has fully expired? Because factually speaking, we were right and Klopp was wrong. Simple as. Big up to Zlatan says, big up the expansion cost us 4 transfer windows, FC. Bro, COVID cost us the transfer window. The expansion cost us the transfer window. This cost me the transfer window. Because of the bonuses, we cost the transfer. There are so many. You know what I love about our fan base, Zlatan? And thank you for the super chat. We're so... The gullibleness is just unbelievable. We have fully convinced ourselves, and I say we, because we actually allow this to run. We have fully convinced ourselves that Liverpool Football Club have no money. Imagine convincing yourself that a big institution the size of Liverpool Football Club, worth billions, has no money. Imagine. Honestly, imagine actually believing that a club our size has no money. Like, can you look in yourself in the mirror and say that 10 times in a row without laughing? You can't. Ice says, Jude was never coming, and FSG had no intention of spending big on him. It was an excuse to please the deluded apologists to cover FSG's tightness. And Ice, I've always said, my biggest problem is as follows. People always miss the point. People like Selection start arguing that Bellingham isn't that guy, all of that. It doesn't matter if Bellingham is that guy or not. It doesn't matter if you rate him or not. The biggest problem is you made me wait a whole season for no reason whatsoever. Whether Bellingham is that guy or not makes no difference. That's not the problem. The problem is I waited a year for no reason. Why did we waste this season then? That is the bigger question. Because all of these players that we are linked with, we could have got last summer for even probably less money. I could have gotten Kefren, I could have gotten Kone, I could have gotten Macallister, every single one of these guys I could have gotten for much cheaper anyway. This is the problem. The problem is you made us wait a whole season for nothing. It ain't even about Jude anymore. It's about principle. The problem has become principle. Simple as. Thank you so much, Ice. Big up to Zlatan who says, we will have money when John Henry stops buying new yachts and a new face for Linda. Zlatan, thank you so much for the super chat. And listen, until John Henry sells Liverpool Football Club, we will never actually find out the true capabilities of our football club. Honestly, we will never find out the true capabilities of Liverpool Football Club. We can't find out the capabilities of our club with people not willing to go to the lengths of the capabilities. Like honestly, we're never gonna like actually find out the genuine capabilities of our football club when people aren't willing to spend the capabilities to begin with. So this is the thing, like, and low-key, sometimes I think, even though FSG don't take money out from the club, like low-key, the Glazers, yes, they take money out from the club and they do all this blah 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 blah. You get me? But at the same time, like, bro, when it comes to like them, at least the money is spent. Our biggest problem is we just don't spend the money. Like, we just out here just fucking penny pinching and shit all the time, man. Like, it's so obnoxious, I swear to God. Big up to you, Zlatan. Big up to Javid, who says Redman TV selling Jones as the next superstar, brainwashing the fan base into accepting another disappointing summer of transfers. And then Terry Tibbs says this year's shot callers cost us. We ain't fell off. Yes, Klopp cost us as well. I'm gonna get onto Klopp now and stuff just before speaking on the future. But I want to keep this up. And guys, make sure you like the video. Guys, 300 people watching us. We ain't even on 100 likes. Slap the like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Javid. Big up to Felipe. Big up to Terry Tibbs, Omar, Zlatan, and Ice for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you subscribe. But here's the thing now. I just want to address what Javid said. Selling the problem to begin with as the solution is exactly what we done last summer. I'll be damned if I do that again. Last summer, Harvey Elliott is like a new signing. We've got Keita and Ox coming back. Thiago's going to be fresh this season. The solution to the problem cannot be the problem in itself. Curtis Jones has played unbelievably well over the last 5-6 games. That does not mean that Curtis Jones is now my long-term solution. Because Curtis Jones himself is injury prone. Keita and Ox are injury prone, aka unreliable. Jordan Henderson cannot play football. Where do we go from here? There's depth, and then there's false depth. If your depth is injured 3/4 of the time, that's not really depth. Because I will ask a crystal clear question to all the people in the comment section right now. All the people right now, very simple question. Would you rather have Keita, Ox, Henderson, Milner, or just Gundogan? Genuine question. This question is a question that needs to be answered. Would you rather have all 4 or just one in Gundogan? That's all I ask for. Gundogan is not a starter for Manchester City in a lot of the cases. Their starting midfield is Rodri, KDB, Bernardo Silva, if they have a right winger they like. Ilkay Gundogan, as one player, is better than the other 4 because he's fit, he's healthy, doesn't get injured, and when he comes on, he's quality. My drop-off can't be massive from starter to bench. And on top of that, One of the starters is just absolutely horrible. This is the issue. There's depth, and then there's false depth. False depth is a problem. False depth is an issue in the world of football. Players who are injury prone cannot be relied on. And this is why when I speak on centre backs, people get upset. I don't want us to do to the centre backs what we did to the midfield. Konate is injury prone, Van Dijk is injury prone, Gomez is injury prone, Matip is injury prone. All four have an injury in them. I can't go into next season going like, I'm good in centre back. No, I'm not good. I'm absolutely not good. I am absolutely categorically, emphatically not good at centre back. We need a centre back just as much as we need a midfielder, 100 million %. Every time we watch Ibrahima Konate and he falls on the ground, you are a liar if you say you don't get scared that he might be injured. That's what I'm saying. Stuff like this matter. Depth needs to be fit. Depth cannot be injury prone more than the starter. And selling me Curtis Jones as a solution is just an absolute disgrace. Listening to this, to stuff like this is an absolute disgrace. Curtis Jones is not the solution. Curtis Jones's form is absolutely fantastic, and I hope he continues his form. And I hope Curtis Jones proves us all wrong. And I hope Curtis Jones is absolutely unbelievable. Curtis Jones is also not the solution. And Curtis Jones performing in 5 games does not mean that Curtis Jones is now a long-term solution. He is not. He is not. Full stop. Curtis Jones, this is my depth. This is my midfield next season. 3 new guys, Fabinho, Thiago, Jones. No problem with that whatsoever. No problem with that whatsoever. I want Jones to play. So let's give you an example. Let's assume we have to rest Macallister for a game. We play Curtis Jones. No one here is going to complain. But don't sell me Jones as the starter. That's when I have a problem. In order for him to be the solution, by definition, he's got to be the starter. He ain't the starter. Before I get into the transfers, big up to Ed, father of the 2 men, David. Big up to you, Ed, for the super chat. He says, keeping Ox and Keita after last season when they have been passengers for so long shows our weakness. Should have got rid last summer. We ended up relying on 2 teenagers on a midfield. And that's Ed, and that is my point, Ed. This is where one of the problem lies. You know? This is why when I start speaking on depth, false depth, and real depth, we need real depth. I need players who are fit. I need players who are ready. I need a Gundogan on the bench. I need, Gundogan as a starter. Like, I need players of that quality, of that caliber. We cannot sit up here. We cannot sit up here now and make the same exact mistakes with the center backs that we do with the midfield. We cannot. Categorically, emphatically, we cannot sit up here and go like, oh my God, we've got Konate, we've got Van Dijk, Matip, and Gomez. We're good. 4 of the most unbelievable center backs on earth. Blah, 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 blah. Also, 4 of them can be injured in training from a fart. So we cannot sit up here and now use them as the thing. So for me, all this depth chart crap that people made last summer, all of these, nonsense arguments, Ed, that people made, I agree with you completely, Ed, and thank you for the super chat. We cannot rely on unreliable players as depth. Full stop. We can't. It's just how life works. Miguel Felipe says, I actually think if you had a decent summer and signed 2 quality mids and center back like Timber, you'll challenge. No way take Europa seriously. Second, I agree with you. I don't think we take Europa that seriously. I think we probably maybe just, let the bench players and stuff play in the Europa League. I don't think we're going to take the Europa League that seriously, to be honest with you. Maybe until we get to the knockout rounds. But when it comes to us challenging, I do think we can challenge, and I do think we can win the league. And we're going to mention it now because I'm going to start talking about the future. Big up to Omar Rushdie, who says, worst thing, equal players leaving, going on a free, no return. There is no return on any of our transfers, and this is where Klopp has to take accountability because he's way too sentimental. Even when it comes to Milner, he himself said we tried to keep him. Like, come on, man. Like, Klopp, I love you, but you've got to learn when to let go. Anyway, special shout out goes out to Ed. Javid, Ice, Zlatan, Felipe, Terry Tibbs, and Omar. Big up to you guys. Make sure you all slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. I'm about to talk transfers. I'm about to talk future. I'm about to talk what Hussam knows. And you can mock me all you want. All the people who have been watching me throughout January, throughout the summer, know exactly that Hussam is not an ITK. Hussam does not make shit up. If I was an ITK, I would be on double the followers. I ain't trying to do all this I know transfer stuff. When I get told information that I can, share with you guys, we can speak on it. I love doing so. That's it. Now, before I get into the transfers, big up to Ed, who says, watch Genie running around in the Europa League semi this evening. He's still quality. How did we allow him to leave and keep Keita? Madness. Ed, the problem for me, Mane, Genie Wijnaldum. The problem with Mane and Genie Wijnaldum is not Mane and Genie Wijnaldum leaving. It's the fact that we did not replace them adequately, or we just didn't, like, how can I say this? Like, we didn't get in someone who's going to impact the team directly like they did. With Sadio Mane and the Nunez thing, for example, you get Nunez while Mane is there. Don't wait for Mane to drop off a cliff and then go get Nunez as the replacement. This goes back to the things I said. Go sign Nunez from Almeria. Don't wait for him to go to Benfica and bang. Go sign, go sign Darwin Nunez, play him alongside Mane so he could develop. And then when Mane wants to move on, I've got Nunez. But do not sign Nunez, who needs time to develop, as the Mane replacement. We need immediate impact. We must win now. That's the truth. So big up to you, Ed. Thank you so much again for the super chat. And as I said, guys, there's 300 people watching us. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you the ultimate truth about this transfer window. Let me give you the absolute ultimate truth. Guys, there's no way there's 300 people watching us. We ain't even on 150 likes. Come on, slap that like button now. Subscribe to the channel. It's 2 free buttons. Yalla, like the video. Yalla, subscribe. Now, let me just address the future. Let me address transfers. Let me address where we go from here. As I said, like and subscribe now. The thing is, I hope we have learned from the mess-ups of last season. The biggest mistake Jurgen and the club did in general last season is not accept plan Bs. We did not accept plan Bs. And when it comes to the summer transfer window, let me make something crystal clear right here, right now. Liverpool journalists, and you guys have to understand but read between the lines, Liverpool journalists only tweet out and only spread out what they get told to spread out. They have a certain agenda they must upkeep within the football club. You need to understand that. Many times the journalists have zero idea what they're talking about. Sometimes Hussam from Jordan or X from the US or Y from Malaysia would know a little bit more if they have the right connections. And this summer, let me make a crystal clear statement that's going to shock you all. We are looking at hella people. We are learning from our mistakes. I am so happy that we learn from our mistakes. We cannot keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Now, there are plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F. There are so many different plans. And that's why you're hearing about so many different players. There is a little bit of truth in all the information. There are 9 midfielders that Liverpool are looking at. Now, I'm not saying we're going to sign 9. Obviously, it's going to be 2 or 3. But the reason why it being 9 is good. Hello, Macallister. You want to join Liverpool? Yes, blah, blah, blah. Tony Bloom says, oh, I want 80 million. I'm not going to, let him go on a cheap. We go like, okay, bye-bye, Tony Bloom. On to plan B. Done. This is the thing that I speak on. Plan Bs matter. Plan Bs are a reality. You don't always get your plan A's. It's rare that a football club get the plan A's. Now, I don't trust Fenway Sports Group. I don't trust, the ownership group to give Klopp all the money he needs. But I do think we get minimum 2 midfielders this summer, and I think we get a centre back. I hope it's an even better scenario than what I described. Now, when it comes to Macallister, here's what I know. We want Macallister. Macallister wants us, which is always good. And we are capable of making the transfer work. Now, here's what you guys need to understand. Other clubs could come in, offer more money to Brighton, and offer more money to Macallister himself. So other clubs could come and offer more money to both Brighton and to Macallister. So this is where like the middle finger comes in from FSG's perspective. So like what you guys need to get is, I am confident Macallister is going to be a Liverpool player, but reports that the transfer is complete or done is absolute BS. Nothing's done, nothing's complete. If you ask me right now, Hussam, do you see Macallister being a Liverpool player? I probably say, yeah, I probably do see him being a Liverpool player. I'm just worried that someone comes in, offers more money to him, as in wages, and more money to Brighton. But I'm probably a bit positive about that transfer. But here's my thing now. When it comes to Macallister and others, like, because now we're not doing what we did last year. The biggest mistake last year was, it's either Chouameni or nobody. It's either Chouameni, Bellingham, or no one else. That's the problem. That's for me the biggest issue. This year we're switching it up. We are speaking to many people. We're speaking to many football players. Some of the links that you're seeing in the media is 100% right. Lavia is a reality. Lavia is not a joke. Lavia is real money. Lavia is real interest. It's not made up. Lavia, the Liverpool interest in Lavia is not made up. The Liverpool interest in Lavia is for real. So that for me, for example, is a positive sign. Okay, I like Lavia. I take Lavia, no problem. I think actually in the DM, he's probably a long-term solution for us as well. So even when Fabinho needs to move on, we have Lavia. The interest in Macallister is real. There's so much interest being reported in the media and so many different players. And the reason why that interest is reported is we're ready to move on to plan B's and C's and D's and E's right now. And this is the thing that I like. Okay? We're speaking to all these players. If one of them falls through and one of them doesn't work out, we've got another one ready, which is what I like. This for me is the thing that I like. Now you need to understand, when it comes to players costing a certain amount of money, Liverpool Football Club's problem isn't money. And I'll explain to you what the problem is, even from an FSG outer perspective, who is me. This is what we do, right? This is what we do. Liverpool's issue is as follows. We want to give you the money that you want for your player, but we want to structure a deal. Meaning, let's assume Romeo Lavia cost 40 million, okay? Let's assume for the sake of argument, just so this thing could be easy. And we give him a 4-year contract. We, as Liverpool, don't want to pay 40 million direct. We want to pay 10 million, and then 10 million, and then 10 million, and then 10 million. So because of the way Liverpool like to do business, this is what makes it tricky for us. Meaning, when it comes to Liverpool Football Club, we depend on how much money the other club wants to take up front. You understand me? So we call Southampton. Southampton say, no, I'm not trying to get the money in installments. I want 40 million right now. That's what Southampton say. Because of Southampton saying that, now I can't buy Lavia. But if Southampton say yes to a structured deal, we say yes. So that's my point. So for us, it depends on whether the other clubs want to do structured deals or not, and on the monetary sort of evaluations. Because one of the guys that's been mentioned in the media a lot, Emmanuel Ugarte. Let me make something crystal clear. Any any journalist denying interest in Manuel Ugarte is a stone-faced liar. We are 100% interested. But the problem is, Sporting Lisbon, and I don't know this for a fact, Sporting Lisbon might want a lot of money up front. The problem is not the release clause. The problem maybe Sporting doesn't want to do a structured deal. This is the problem. So once again, our problem isn't just monetary, it's the way we pay money. It's the way we make these transfers. The good news I'm sharing with you guys is we are looking at hella midfielders. So this is why a lot of what you're saying in the media, some of it is true. Yes, we are interested in one. Yes, we are interested in two. Yes, we are interested in three. We're interested in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're interested, yes. But we have priorities. Now let me deliver the best news for me. Alhamdulillah, ashkurak ya Allah. Best news. I don't think Mason Mount is going to be a Liverpool player. Alhamdulillah, ya Rabb. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Allah. I don't think Mason Mount is going to be a Liverpool player. And the reason why I don't think Mason Mount is going to be a Liverpool player, Chelsea want a whole lot of money. Chelsea are not going to budge. They want a whole lot of money. And I don't think they'll structure the deal. And I think Pochettino wants to use him as part of his plans, basically, when he comes in. So, Alhamdulillah, I don't think we're going to sign Mason Mount. But the stuff that you're hearing in the media, let's use let me use the one guy we've been linked to every day of our life for the last 4 years. Let's look at Nicolo Barella. Let's cut the bullshit. Nicolo Barella. Do Liverpool want Nicolo Barella? Yes. Okay, Liverpool want Barella. Inter have set certain price tag, and Inter say yes to even the structured deal. Barella doesn't want to leave Italy. Then what? Then what we will do? Wallahi, let's be real. Sometimes Nicolo Barella doesn't want to leave Italy. What can you do? Okay, Nicolo Barella wakes up tomorrow. He says, okay, you know what? I want to leave Italy. Now I can join you. These are the things that I mean. There are so many different factors in this transfer window. You guys are... Moises Caicedo. The interest in Caicedo is not done. It's not like we suddenly don't want Caicedo. But once again, it depends on price tag. It depends on structured payments. It depends on, does Arsenal pay more than us? These are the things that I speak on. Please understand, the one thing that's making me feel positive, even though I started the video negatively because of our past and our current thing, when it comes to this summer, the one good thing I have for us is that we now are learning from previous mistakes, meaning we are no longer on just plan A. No, now there's plan B, there's plan C, there's plan D, there's plan E, there's plan... And this is why, and I will make something extremely clear right now. If you'll be damned if you catch me say any transfer is done, and any content creator / ITK telling you any transfer is done is full of shit. Not a single transfer is done. The closest transfer, which is Macallister, that is not even done. Nothing is done. Let's cut the bullshit. Please understand, guys. I'm telling you this as a brother. Forget the fact that I'm a content creator. Forget the fact I'm doing YouTube, all of that. Nothing is done. Nothing is complete. No transfer has been done already. It is absolute bullshit. Nothing is finished. Nothing is complete. We can wake up tomorrow and Macallister wants to go to Man City. Then what? Then what can we do? Honestly. What can us as Liverpool Football Club do? Nothing. Because City will offer him more money. They'll offer him Champions League football. Pep Guardiola, bigger attraction. Okay, no problem. Go to Man City. But the good thing is, compared to last summer, is if this was last summer, we'd say, okay, Macallister, no midfielder. This summer, we're doing it differently. We're doing, if Macallister doesn't fall through, I'm going to go sign someone else. So these are the things that make me excited. But the one thing I will confirm to you right now and be honest to you 100%, no transfer is done. Nothing is complete. No agreement's been done. So I like the fact that we're looking at multiple different options. Nothing is done. And if there is anything done, you'll hear from me first. You already know. In terms of personal positivity and confidence, I think we're going to get 2 or 3 midfielders. I think Macallister will probably join us. That doesn't mean it's done. That doesn't mean it's complete once again. I think he will probably join us. And now when it comes to centre backs, I love the idea we're not ignoring centre backs. And there are so many options as well for centre back. Maybe the market for centre backs isn't as good as the market for midfield, but there are so many options for centre back. Inacio, Silva, Timber, blah blah blah. Thing is with Timber, the good thing about Timber is he's versatile, meaning he could play right back and centre back. He could play in a system where, for example, we play back 3. Trent is a lot more advanced and tucked in, and Timber is kind of covering his side. Could be used as an emergency center back, could be used as a backup right back. He's versatile, so he could be used everywhere. So for me, Timber, I really like. I like so many center backs as well, but I think from a versatility perspective only, I think Timber would probably do us the best job because he could actually play across the back 4 and all of that. So look, I prefer others, of course, but I'd rather us sign Timber than no one else, you know? So like that's my thing. And I'll add on top of that, the fact that we're looking at center backs also I like. Also, I completely like it. So for me, look, Jurian Timber, the interest in him is real. It's not made up. So I like Jurian Timber. I like the interest in him. The midfield remains the biggest problem. And there's one thing I'll tell you, keep the lookout on. Or actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna tell you keep the lookout on, because if I even say that name, everyone here is gonna start shouting and be upset and all that shit. So let me not even mention the midfielder I wanted to mention. If you know him, you know him. In it, up to you guys. خلاص. People start shouting if I mention the midfielder about to mention. So let me not do that. But anyway, look, about the future, I feel a little bit positive. I feel optimistic, and I feel, a bit more like positive than I felt probably after the game and stuff like that, and after the season. I think we have to fix up our mess ups and make no mistake. Jurgen Klopp is not stupid. Jurgen Klopp is not dumb. Jurgen Klopp is not an idiot. Jurgen Klopp is someone smart. Jurgen Klopp is someone who recognizes the mistakes that we've made, and he's going to be there to rectify it. Guys, when I said people are going to start shouting, I didn't mean negatively. I meant you guys wouldn't believe. So, it is what it is, man. Until something is concrete in that, I won't even mention it. So, big up to Ed. Yep, Ed, big up to you. Ed, he says, Trent needs to play in midfield. We need to sign a new right back, centre back to compete with Gomez. Leaves headroom to buy 2 top quality midfielders and a young guy. Ed, ball, number 1. Number 2, thank you for the super chat. Number 3, this is why I like Timber. This is why this super chat right here is the exact reason why I like Timber. I think Timber would exactly suit what you just said. The one part I disagree with you is the Trent playing in midfield. Trent needs to continue playing inverted. I think Trent in a midfield 3 wouldn't work. Trent inverted works. So that's, maybe we disagree on a little bit, but I completely agree with the rest of it. And thank you so much for the super chat once again. Big up to DC, says, do you know what FSG have to spend this summer? Nope. Even though I can know a couple of information, I can know interest in a couple of players, there's a few things I don't know. I will be the biggest liar on earth if I told you I know what our budget is, because that's just absolute bullshit when I don't even know the 3 in midfield we're gonna sign. Let me just cut the crap here, bro. There's 9 midfielders we're interested in. Any 3 combination could happen. It's the truth. Big up to Victor Liang, says, big up Hussam. Big up to you, Victor. Thank you so much for the super chat. Big up Hussam. Liverpool needs to spend 200 million because the Man City, Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea spending will be over 200. Watch out for the Premier League next season. I think, look, I'm FSG out. Please, I want everyone watching this to understand. I'm FSG out. I'm not FSG inner. I am not a top red. I don't want this ownership group. But you guys need to understand, Liverpool will be forced, whether they like it or not, to spend money. Whether you guys like it or not, Liverpool have to spend money. And because Liverpool have to spend money to get back to the levels that we have, whether we or FSG or Klopp likes it or not, we have to spend money to get to that level. We have to spend money. We have to, bro. So it's not like it's anything by choice, man. We just have to spend money. We just have to spend it, man. We really have to. I'm so sorry. Like, this is the problem, Victor, man. We have to spend it or we're going to be left so behind. It's going to be disgusting how behind where we've left. I'm going to be so honest with you, Vic, man. Thanks so much, Vic, for the support. Big up Ed says, big up H. I meant Trent in a 3-4-3 formation. So you're basically saying inverted, tucked in. Yeah, I agree with you completely. What I do not want to happen is for us to start Trent midfield. Go like, Trent, you're the RCM. I don't want that. Because I think that limits what Trent does. Now we're asking Trent to cover for another random right back that we get, and we set up in a different way. I don't like that, man. Like, I agree with you completely in that sort of sense, and the way we invert, I love that. But I don't want him starting as the midfielder. I'm glad me and you both agree, my brother. So here's the thing, guys. Quick summary, just to make everything clear for everyone here. No deal has been completed with any single midfielder. Anyone who tells you a deal is done is full of shit. There is nothing done. There's positive feelings about Macallister. I'm a little bit confident. We could wake up tomorrow, Man City give more money to him, give more money to Brighton, we're fucked. So this is the thing. So there is no such thing as a done deal right now. For me, I just feel positive about a couple of options. But the good thing about this summer is Liverpool are looking at multiple different options, and we're not going to budge at plan A only. Now we have plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, which is the positive element of this whole situation. So I'm glad we've learned on from the mistakes. And I think price is right, structured deals, we're gonna do it all. So I feel confident about the summer. What you need to understand is also, by the way, people asking about the budget. That's why I mentioned structured deals just before we wrap it up. Even if the budget is, let's say, 120 million, let's just assume the budget is 120 million. If Brighton are willing to do a structured deal for Alexis Macallister, we're not going to pay the 120 straight up. Like, we're going to pay 10 and then 10 and then 10 and then 10, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah, that's the thing. I think this summer, I hope, goes to plan. I hope it goes unbelievably well. And of course, even me, myself, with even the information I get, I am on the until I see it, I'll believe it type of shit. Like, I'm not on any of this BS, man. I'm gonna be sorry with you. If you ask me personally, just my opinion, I'm confident in Macallister. I hope we're gonna get him. I think we're gonna get him. And I think we're gonna probably get 3 other players, 1 center back and 2 midfielders, and it'll depend who the others are. So for me, it depends on other clubs whether they want to structure deals or not. It depends on other clubs whether they want to do business or not. It depends on whether other clubs are willing to do, multiple different types of payments or not. So yeah, that's the honest truth. But anyway, big up Victor, big up DC, big up Ed. Nice meeting you as well. Thank you so much for showing us all the support. Big up to Javid, big up to Ice, big up to Felipe, Terry Tibbs, and Omar for the super chats. Big up Mioba as well for the super chat. Just sent it in. He says, "Do you think Macallister is a Liverpool type midfielder? Unless he's paired with someone robust, I don't think he suits Liverpool, to be honest with you." I can lie to you. I am not the biggest fan of Alexis Macallister, but when it comes, love you, Josh, but when it comes to our midfielders right now, when it comes to the levels we're trying to get to, I think Macallister could elevate his level even more. But I do agree with your super chat. It cannot be just Macallister. We need more alongside him. That's why I doubt that this summer is just going to be just Macallister and we just move on. I think we're going to keep players, we're going to sign players with him that are going to help us develop this midfield and move it on to the next level. Because make no mistake, as good as Macallister is, he does not change us to champions, just Alexis Macallister. We need a bit more. So yeah, that's my thing. I thank you so much, Miyoba. Messi FC says the budget is 199. Look at this. This troll. 199 million, I ain't complaining. 199, I will complain. So big up to you, Messi FC, man. Big up Mioba, Messi FC. Big up everyone who's watched us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as you guys know, hit that subscribe button. People who watch me know. Listen, I've spoken on Gakpo 3 months before it happened. I did a video on Macallister March 30th, before it was reported in the media or anything. So, like, we've spoken about so much interest in players. The one thing I will just like to reiterate is nothing is done, nothing's complete. People who are telling you anything is done, people who are telling you anything's complete are full of crap. Nothing's done, nothing's complete. There's interest in multiple different players. And you know, any three of the combinations could happen. Just as my goat Hussam, one of the favorite Liverpool fans. There is a 1 in 9 chance we sign Quadio Kone. Thank you so much, Josh Smith. I am humbled by you guys' support. You know, we've hit 13K, the road to you know, 14K continues, and then 15K. So thank you guys so much for the support, man. Slap up that like button, subscribe. I love you all. And yeah, big up Josh, man. Big up you guys. Quadio. I really like Kone, you know, I really like him. Even if you ask me like who I would want, Kone would be one of them. If we sign Kone, Lord, what I would do on this YouTube platform if we sign Kone. There are 9 options, you know. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Anyway, love you all. See you guys later. And to Mr. Just Tabang, he's said the wrong name 500 times, and he insists it's Quadio Kone because he insists it's De Jong because he's a dumbass. It's obviously not De Jong, brother. Can you like chill? It's not De Jong, bro. Anyway, peace out, man. Love you all, and we'll keep you updated, inshallah, whenever we can, man.